So there's something really important you need to know. Someone in this nightclub is possessed by an owl.
Who?
Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. I really do appreciate it. And today, we're going to talk about the biggest mistake that guys make when they try to push things forward with women. Being too eager, trying to take things sexual too quickly. Man, I see it all the time. And I even see it with some of my clients that come into the program. They'll show me texts within the first few weeks of working with me. And I'm like, okay, it's pretty obvious to me why you're pushing these girls away, why you're looking too eager, too thirsty. I can say with reasonable dental certainty that you're fucking up, bro. You're being way too thirsty, way too sexual, way too soon. And that's what blows you out so hard your toupee flies off your head when the concussion hits. So don't worry, boys. I'm a perfectional. I'm going to tell you exactly how to get these girls unbelievably attracted to you. Calm your tits, relax your bleached anus. I got you on this one, gentlemen. I really do appreciate you tuning in. So before I jump into the content, you know what I got to do? I got yet another testimonial. Let me click on one of these random 16 screenshots that I have on my desktop. I really need to get these into the testimonials yet to publish file that is on Dropbox and send it over to my website design guy and be like, yo, Tyson, slap these up on the biscuit. Show these champions what this program is able to do for them. So this one's from Anonymous, and he says, hey, Mark, here's my review. Could you keep it anonymous, please? Yes, I can, and I just did. Here's what he says. Mark's 12-week program was life-changing for me. I've developed a bulletproof skill set and confidence that I will use for life. Mark is an absolute champion who pushed me outside my comfort zone and gives you a skill set on attracting women that when practiced will 100% get you results. I feel like I have a weight off my shoulders and have the world as my oyster. Being able to get women and being more unapologetic has given me a confident and growth mindset, and I am trying to better myself every day. I would 100% recommend this program to someone considering investing in themselves. Have a nice weekend, brother. Thank you so much, Anonymous. I really do appreciate it. Let me go ahead and move this screenshot into the testimonials yet to publish. See, I keep them on my desktop, and then once I read them on the podcast, they go into that. And then once they collect up to about 20 or 30 testimonials, I get them over to Tyson to put on the website. Right now, gentlemen, I have over 200 on my website. Who the fuck has that? Like, honestly, how many people have that many testimonials? And it's not just some bullshit, right? You go to a website and you look at reviews and testimonials and it's just basically typed out in the same style as the website themselves. Hello, that's a fucking fake testimonial. Look at my testimonials. They're all screenshots. They're all written differently. They're all real. And I have over 200 of them. Literally, who has that? It's because my shit works. I have a freaking 10 magnet production facility where I feed you in the front. 3 months later, you come out the back, and all my guys, time and time again, get the results they want with women. We just had a coaching call, and 3 of the dudes were graduating, and every single one of them is a girl magnet now. They're just like, bro, I have too many girls. What do I do with this problem? And then I got to teach them the old spreadsheet strategy where you manage all the girls that you're dating by managing spreadsheets on your phone so that you remember what you said, you remember whether or not you kissed them, had sex with them. Gets confusing, boys. When you're talking to 3 chicks named Kelly, it gets really confusing and you got to manage that shit. And that too I teach because that's how damn effective my program is. So part of the reason many of you guys listening don't get success with women is because you're trying to push the interaction into a sexual conversation way too early, way too goddamn early. One of the core principles that I try to get my guys to understand when they come into the program is that women are the barometer for your escalations. So from the very first conversation, I need you guys to understand that we don't hit on women. In my program, we don't hit on girls at all, at least not initially. So we don't hit on them until they are attracted to us, until we have very definitive signs of attraction. Instead, what we do is when we initially go up, we simply give what I call value. We're entertaining, we bust her chops, we tease her a little bit, we're cocky funny, we use push-pull, we show we don't give a shit, we tell interesting stories, and we demonstrate to her that we are high value via frame control and leading the interaction. So am I going up and telling a girl, oh my God, you're so hot. I just want to like make out with you and bring you home. And my God, I wish I could just touch your body. How would you think about coming over to my place and getting a little massage? I'm really good at giving massages. Why don't you come on over and I'll do that for you? I see guys do this all the time. They try to push it too quickly into a sexual conversation because they're attracted to her. You see all the time these guys who get emotions over a girl, they get a crush on a girl, and they suddenly expect her to be on the same level of attraction. I have guys tell me all the time, they're like, I just want to be with her, man. I just want to take her to dinner and just cuddle with her and just be with her in that way. And I'm like, bro, that's fine. I respect that you're attracted to this girl, but she doesn't have the same feelings for you yet. So if you try to push it into that level of interaction, she's going to get significantly turned off by you. I'm talking significantly to the point where, yes, you get blown out so hard, your fucking mustache flies off your face when the concussion hits. And this is the same problem I see time and time again. Guys are trying to push it too far forward. They are hitting on girls. They're showing way too much interest. They're way too excited to be talking to her. Like a smile that wraps all the way around their head and attaches in the back with a zip tie, and it's all fucking teeth, bro. Glimmering in the desert sun like it's the best thing that ever happened to them. I see it time and time and time again, and it just pisses me off, man. It really pisses in my river, launches a 50-foot rope of diarrhea into my morning coffee, gets me so pissed off I just want to flip over my desk sometimes because there's way too much thirstiness. So in the beginning, as I said, we don't hit on girls. We just go up and give value. We're entertaining and we show them we don't give a shit what they think about us. We even break rapport. And in alignment with the episode I'm going to drop on Thursday, we show them we are not to be fucked with, which again, I'm going to talk about on Thursday. So please stay tuned for that one. So initially we go in and we just give value and then we look for signs of attraction. When she gives us signs of attraction, at least 3 of them, then we can start turning it sexual. So again, I always want you guys to have that fundamental understanding that she is the barometer for our escalations. We do not escalate anything in the relationship, whether it's what we're talking about, whether it's touching her, whether it's turning things sexual, kissing her, and even sex until she's ready. And I know there's a lot of women listening right now that are probably nodding their head fervently because they're like, finally, some male dating coach actually understands not to be creepy, not to push it beyond the boundary of which she's ready to give you, but instead you're reading her signs and you're pushing it forward when she's ready. Now, obviously, reading her signs takes practice, it takes experience, and that too is why I really believe in my program. It's because it's an experiential program. You can get information anywhere. Shit, you just clicked on this podcast episode and you're getting information. Information's easy to get. Good information, on the other hand, isn't easy to get, but information is easy to get. What I like to offer my boys is a transformation, an actual experiential program that lasts 3 months where we get you out there dating girl after girl after girl so that you have a myriad of experiences to know when a woman is attracted to you and know when she wants you to push it to the next level. Now, obviously, I can talk about it in this episode, but until I get you in set, until I get you on dates, until I get girls into your bed, you're not going to really understand when it is that you should push things forward. But generally speaking, in the first conversation, here's a really good tip for you. Don't compliment her. Don't turn it sexual. Really don't show any interest in her other than interest in the conversation and you're curious about her until she shows interest in you. And this goes into one of the most fundamental principles that I teach in my coaching, which along with frame control is probably one of the most important things I could ever tell you, which is the 80-100 rule, which means out of any amount that she's giving you, you want to give her 80% back. For example, she gives you 5 compliments. What is 80% of 5? Use that gray matter between your 2 ears. That's right. You're a smart motherfucker. It's 4. You'd give her 4 compliments. She starts leaning into you. You can lean into her about 80%. she starts asking you personal questions or complimenting you or showing lots of interest, you could do that back to her about 80%. But until that happens, we're a little bit standoffish. We're just giving value, telling stories, really there being entertaining to ourselves. And if you're not talking to her, you're going to talk to somebody else. In your mind, it doesn't even matter. So the way I go in when I talk to a hot girl is, yeah, sometimes I'll say, hey, I thought you were cute. I wanted to come over here and see if you were interesting. That's literally the only compliment I'll give her in the beginning. And guys, I cannot stress this enough. Do not compliment girls on their looks. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. I want you throwing a bagel out there, which means 0 fucking compliments. And believe me, I've been in sets with girls that look like goddamn angels, fucking 10s, angelic faces, perfect asses, perky ass tits, skin that literally glows under those nightclub lights, and I don't compliment them at all. At all. And I really want you guys to understand that because it's so hard not to throw the compliment out. You just want to be like, damn, dude, that thigh gap, bro. You can park a Volkswagen Bug in that motherfucker. The thing is so perfect. Don't do it. Okay, again, because you're trying to move it forward before she's ready. You have all these feelings in your heart. You're feeling all bubbly and you want to get in the cuddle shuttle and just dip into the ether of her hotness. But I'm telling you, she's not on that level with you. So you have to hold yourself back, control that red helmeted warrior in your pants, and have some fucking discipline. Do not compliment her. Do not turn it sexual. I see guys all the time who come into my program even that show me, as I said, Tinder texts or Hinge DMs or Instagram DMs. And they're like, hey, you're so beautiful. Why don't you come over? I'll make you dinner. Or they'll try to like allude to sexual things before she's ready. And it completely turns these girls off. And in turn, they get ghosted. So let's go back to basics. First conversation, you're giving value. You're waiting for 3 signs of attraction before you ever turn anything sexual. Signs of attraction are playing with their hair, smiling a lot, laughing at jokes that aren't funny, touching you, invading your personal space, asking you personal questions, general deer in the headlights look in her eyes, and generally smiling way more than she would if she were speaking to somebody she wasn't interested in. Guys do the same thing. Like I said, I see guys all the time in the nightclub, man. It's like all their Christmases have come on the same day. They're like a jihadist who just found out that, yes, they died in battle, and indeed there were 30 virgins waiting for them. Can you believe people believe that shit? Honestly, man, they legit believe that if they die in battle, they're going to go to heaven and they're going to get X many virgins. The fucking shit people believe. Unbelievable. But then again, you may listen to some of my podcasts, like my near-death experience podcast, and certainly others that I've done and others to come, and be like, I can't believe this idiot believes this shit. So it's funny to me to analyze what people believe, because beliefs, especially those spiritual beliefs, are all over the court and they're pretty damn silly when you really look at them. Completely different episode. But I want you guys to believe in me in this episode that you shouldn't take it sexual until she's ready. And this again is the biggest mistake, right? Guys get all these feelings inside them and think that she's on the same page. She's not. You have to telegraph 80% of the feelings that she's giving you. Otherwise, you're going to get blown out. So if and when you do get those 3 signs of attraction, then you can start taking it a little bit sexual. Now, the best way to take it sexual, in my opinion, is to allude to it and let her take it sexual. For example, I'll ask her what her sign is. And this is super goddamn easy. You just be like, so, hey, what's your sign? And she'll say Aquarius or Pisces or Cancer or whatever it is. And then what I'll always say is, oh no, that fucking sucks. And she'll be like, why does that suck? And I'll say, because I'm an Aquarius, you're a Pisces. Those two do not get along. They absolutely fight all the time. Like if we ever went out to dinner, it would be an immediate food fight. You'd be spraying ketchup in my hair and I'd be flicking pickles like ninja stars at your forehead, just going la, 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 la. And one will get stuck right above your eyebrow hanging off and you can't get it off your eyebrow and you got to walk home like a complete schlep with a goddamn pickle hanging off your eyebrow, which will make her laugh. And then I'll say, but while Aquariuses and Pisces fight all the time, there is one thing about them that's really, really good. And she'll say, what's that? And I'll say, the chemistry between them is usually really good. Like if we kissed, I think it would be fireworks. And I'll just leave it at that, okay? I'm not going to talk about sex. I'm not going to talk about anything like that. I first ease into it with kissing, or I'll even hold her hand. I'll be like, if we held each other's hands, here, give me your hand. And I'll hold her hand. and I'll say, feel that energy right there? There's always tons of chemistry between Aquariuses and Pisces. Now, obviously, guys, if she's not attracted to me, that's not going to work, but that's the way I'll ease into it like an old man into a warm bath, easing her into sexual conversation. If she bites onto it and she's like, oh, the chemistry is really good, huh? Then I'll go further with it and I'll do what I call hypo stories, which are called hypothetical stories of her and I kissing, her and I making out. I'll be like, yeah, you and I would be making out like teenagers and then our braces will get stuck together. The principal will have to come over and get us separated. And then you'll get all pissed off and throw my science homework into the river because you saw me talking to the other girl. And again, we're fighting, but then we make up and we're making out in the back of your car and you're trying to get my shirt off. And I'm like, slow down, Kelly, you're going way too fast. I need trust, comfort, and connection first, and preferably a flower left on my car before I'm going to go to that level. So you see what I'm doing, guys? I'm easing her into the sexual tension by first getting her attracted to me. Now you may be asking, well, how do I get her attracted to me? Guys, I spent 450 fucking episodes explaining this to you. Go listen to them and or come join my goddamn program so I can curate it for you and teach it to you in a step-by-step method along with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, to reprogram the files in your head that make you feel like you're not enough, I shouldn't inconvenience people, she'd prefer a guy that's better than me, so that once we revise those files, you behave in a way that is attractive so that girls get attracted to you just by default. Then when you're talking to them, not caring, breaking rapport, busting your chops, accusing her of being an ice cream man or a stalker Texas Ranger and just fucking with her, she gets attracted to you. Only then do you take it sexual. And for God's sakes, boys, when you're texting with these girls, stop showing so much interest. Stop trying to ask her on a date before she's ready. Never try to escalate any interaction with a woman unless it's on a high note. What that means is when you're texting with a girl, for God's sakes, do not go for the first date on your first text. Jesus H. Christ on a popsicle stick. How many times have I seen this? As we've just taken great pains to understand, you do not want to escalate until she's there with you, until she's already attracted. She is the barometer for your escalations. So when you're texting with a girl and she says, oh, my shoulders are so sore, you wouldn't want to say, well, I could come over and give you a massage, which is what so many guys do. And I know a lot of you guys are laughing right now because you may have been that dude, or you can imagine a dude doing that, how thirsty they are. No, instead, we get her attracted with attraction building techniques. We get at least 3 signs of attraction, and preferably we qualify her before we even take anything sexual. And qualification is getting her to sell herself to us a little bit by asking a question such as, what would your best friend say is the coolest thing about you? Or one I like to do that I've been doing lately is, do you know why you're awesome? And she'll be like, no, why? And I'll be like, it was a question, dum-dum. Why are you awesome? And then if she explains to me why she's awesome, she's selling herself to me. Now I know she's pretty damn attracted to me and I can take it a little sexual. I could take it to the next step and start showing interest in her. So that's the way it works. We're not interested in her sexually. All we're interested in is meeting her and getting to know her to see if she's interesting. And that's literally the way I preface it. When I do a direct approach, which is, hey, I thought you were cute, had to come meet you, I often will say, and see if you were interesting, which implies that, yeah, you're cute. That's one tick mark off of 10 different boxes that I need ticked. Let me see if you're interesting. I'll chat with her and I'll sub-communicate that if I'm not going to chat with her, I'm going to chat with somebody else. And if it's not entertaining with her, I'm moving on. And I don't need her to entertain me because I'm self-entertained. I'm having fun. I'm telling stories. I'm asking questions. I'm fucking around. I'm breaking rapport because my entertainment in that moment is more important to me than taking things sexual with her, which is what most guys go into interactions with the intention of, is to immediately take things sexual with her. I want to know, can I have sex with you? I just want to take you on a date. I just want to be with you. No, you don't. You don't know this chick from Adam. So you go in, give value, entertain yourself. Boom, she starts getting attracted to you. Then you pretend that you're getting attracted to her. Obviously, you're attracted to her from the get-go, but it's at this point when she shows interest in you that you can start showing interest back to her. In what ratio, boys? That's right, 80%. 80% of what she's showing you, you can show back to her. And if you deem that her 100% is indeed into a sexual element, you could start throwing hints of sexual type stuff. Such as my example, what's your sign? Oh, we never get along. But one thing is that Aquarius and Pisces have really great chemistry. So if we were to hold hands or kiss right now, I bet it would just be like fireworks. If she goes along with it, then you can push it into higher and higher levels, even talking about sex. But it's on her terms. Women are the barometer for your escalations. So guys, especially those of you who are very thirsty, do not ever compliment her, take things sexual, try to push things forward before she's ready. Drop that shit from your lexicon immediately. I can guarantee you, as a seduction coach who has had decades of experience in this, that you will radically change your results with women when you approach it from this level. So that you can be confident in the batter's box, get the barrel to that ball, hit a high driver into left field, and run those fucking bases. That's how you do it, boys, is by kind of stepping back, giving her space, letting her build up. Remember, women are like a flower. They have to open up naturally. You can't force open the petals of a flower. You have to let it open, and when it does, you need to be there to water it and to grow that attraction for you so that if and when she's ready to have sex with you, you are right there to take her through that experience. Remember, gentlemen, lead women to where they want to be led. Don't try to force them into the same attraction that you have for them because they're simply not there yet. Gentlemen, I really do appreciate you listening. If you're one of the millions of men who have these same kinds of problems and you're like, God, I do this stuff. I don't know why I do it. I just continue to get the same results over and over again. And I just don't understand how this all works. Brother, I am here to teach you this shit. I have been given a very unique skill set in this life to A, ramble on and on like a goddamn buffoon on my podcast, and B, teach guys how to become absolute assassins with women. I do it time and time again. As I said, I have over 200 testimonials on my website. I have about 25 screenshots right now on my desktop. I had 3 guys graduate the other night. All of them are pulling 9s and 10s, where before they came into the program, they were getting maybe 5s and 6s and very few at that. And I can do the same thing for you. If you want to come meet with us to talk about the possibility of working together, go to my website, click on coaching, read all the testimonials, read exactly what the course entails. Click on the big red button that says apply here. Fill in the quick application. It should take you about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes if you really want to be specific. I'll get your application. You and I are going to email personally back and forth. And yes, you will hear directly from me. You're not going to get one of my cronies. I want to talk to you personally. And then if everything makes sense, you're going to get on a free one-on-one 1-hour breakthrough session with my partner and wingman, Victor Lynch, an absolute legend who too couldn't even pull 4s when he came into my program 2 years ago, went through the program, and now the dude's pulling absolute 10s. The guy is a goddamn champion and a testament to what's possible with this program. You guys are going to meet. You're going to have an NLP analysis to see if we can help you. And if it makes sense, we will pull the trigger and you too will turn into an absolute 10 magnet whose review is going to be a screenshot on my desktop. We're going to have a lifelong relationship after that. And hopefully, man, you invite me to your wedding, as I have been to dozens over my years of being a dating coach. That's how fucking effective this program is. I do appreciate you listening, gentlemen. As I alluded to, I have an awesome one dropping on Thursday, so please stay tuned for that one, and I will see you in the next episode.